The Bible, God calls his people to live without fear, reminding us that fear has no place in the hearts of those who trust in him. In moments of doubt, uncertainty, or danger, God's word reassures us that he is always with us. We are encouraged to rely on his strength, knowing that he is greater than any obstacle or fear that may come our way. One of the most powerful verses in this regard is Isaiah 41, verse 10, where God says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." This verse speaks directly to our hearts, reminding us that we are never alone in our struggles. No matter the difficulty we face, God promises to strengthen us and hold us steady. His presence in our lives is a constant source of support, offering us the courage to keep going even when fear tries to overwhelm us. Similarly, in Deuteronomy 31, verse 6, God commands his people, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you." These words, spoken by Moses to the Israelites, are just as relevant to us today. Whether we are facing challenges in our personal lives, facing uncertainty about the future, or dealing with fear in any form, God promises to be with us. His presence brings peace and courage to face whatever lies ahead. When Jesus walked on earth, he also reminded his followers not to fear. In Matthew 14, verse 27, when the disciples were terrified during a storm on the water, Jesus spoke to them, saying, "Take courage. It is I, don't be afraid." In the same way, Jesus speaks to our hearts in our times of fear, assuring us of his presence. He reminds us that, despite the storms we may encounter in life, he is right there with us, offering his peace and comfort. In the New Testament, we are also reminded of the strength we find in God's love. In 1 John 4, verse 18, the Bible tells us, "There is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear, because fear has to do with punishment. The one who fears is not made perfect in love. God's love for us is perfect and unwavering." When we fully grasp the depth of his love, fear begins to fade away. We no longer need to fear what lies ahead, because we trust that God's love will carry us through every trial. Moreover, Psalm 23, verse 4 offers incredible comfort. "Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me." The psalmist reminds us that even in the most frightening situations, we can find peace in knowing that God is our shepherd. His guidance, protection, and comfort are always with us, leading us safely through life's darkest valleys. When we face moments of fear, we can choose to trust in these promises. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1, verse 7. When we feel weak or afraid, we are invited to lean on God's strength and the assurance of his presence. We can be bold and courageous, not because of our own abilities, but because God is with us every step of the way. So when fear tries to take hold of your heart, remember the truth of God's word. He is with you. He will never leave you, and his love casts out all fear. Stand firm in his promises, and let his peace guard your heart and mind. With God by your side, you need never be afraid.